Hey there, football fanatics! Get ready for a breakdown of a game you won't want to miss. We're talking Chiefs, we're talking Ravens, we're talking a showdown for the ages. On one side, we got Patrick Mahomes and the high-flying Chiefs ready to light up the scoreboard. On the other, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, bringing that smash-mouth football that'll leave you breathless. So buckle up, grab your snacks, and get ready for some serious football analysis. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of this particular matchup, let's take a trip down memory lane. The Chiefs and Ravens, this ain't their first rodeo. These two teams, they got history, bad blood, and enough highlight reel moments to fill a whole season. Mahomes and Jackson, two of the most electrifying players in the league, going head-to-head. This game, it's got major implications for the 2024 season. Both these teams, they came into the year with Super Bowl aspirations. The Chiefs, they're looking to prove they're still the team to beat in the AFC. The Ravens, they're hungry, they're talented, and they're ready to snatch that crown. This game, it's a statement game. The Mahomes-Jackson factor adds another chapter to their individual legacies. It's a clash of titans, a battle for supremacy, with the heart of the NFL season hanging in the balance. All right, let's talk Mahomes, the man, the myth, the magician behind center for the Chiefs. He came out firing, slinging that pigskin all over the field like it was nothing. We're talking passing yards through the air, folks. Mahomes threw for number touchdowns, each one prettier than the last. He completed completion percentage of his passes, consistently moving the chains. It was a masterclass in quarterback play, and we were all lucky enough to witness it. Now we gotta give some love to Mahomes' partner in crime, the one and only Travis Kelce. This guy, he's a cheat code. Kelce finished the game with receptions catches for a whopping receiving yards. He hauled in touchdowns in this one, each one more impressive than the last. The Ravens, they had no answer for him. The connection between Mahomes and Kelce, it's something special, folks. They just work together, and it's a thing of beauty to watch. Now let's talk about Lamar Jackson, the electric quarterback for the Ravens. This guy's a different breed, a true dual-threat quarterback who can beat you with his arm and his legs. He was slipping and sliding through the defense, making guys miss tackles like they were statues. He was making something out of nothing, turning broken plays into big gains. Jackson, he can sling it too. He was finding his receivers downfield, hitting them in stride for big plays. It was a performance that reminded everyone why Lamar Jackson is one of the most exciting players in the NFL. So let's break down Jackson's performance by the numbers, shall we? Through the air, he threw for passing yards. On the ground, Jackson was unstoppable, racking up rushing yards. He was breaking off long runs, picking up crucial first downs. Jackson found the end zone a total of number of touchdowns times in this one. Overall, it was a performance that showcased Jackson's incredible talent and athleticism. He might not have gotten the win, but he proved once again why he's one of the most electrifying players in the NFL. Now, while Kelce was busy putting on a clinic, let's not forget about the rest of the Chiefs' offensive weapons. Mahomes, he's got a whole arsenal of playmakers at his disposal. First up, we gotta talk about the running backs. Chiefs running back 1 and Chiefs running back 2, they formed a dynamic duo, pounding the rock and keeping the Ravens' defense honest. And then there's the wide receivers. Chiefs wide receiver 1 and Chiefs wide receiver 2, they made some big plays, showing off their hands and ability to go up and get the ball in traffic. The Chiefs' offense, it's like a well-oiled machine. Now, on the other side of the field, the Ravens' offense, they struggled to find that same rhythm. Outside of Lamar Jackson's brilliance, the supporting cast, they had a tough time getting going. Derrick Henry, the workhorse running back, he found tough sledding against a stout Chiefs defensive front. The Ravens' receivers, they had their share of struggles too. The Ravens, they're gonna need more from their supporting cast if they want to keep pace with the Chiefs' offensive firepower. Now let's talk defense. The Chiefs, they came into this game with a bit of a question mark hanging over their heads. Could their defense step up against a dynamic Ravens offense? Well, they didn't shut him down completely, but they made enough plays to secure the W. Chiefs defender won. He was a man possessed out there, flying all over the field, laying the wood on Ravens receivers, and disrupting plays left and right. The Chiefs' defense, they bent, but they didn't break. They forced a couple of key turnovers and held the Ravens on some crucial third downs. Now let's give some credit to the Ravens' defense. They were facing a buzzsaw in that Chiefs offense, and they fought tooth and nail all game long. Ravens defender won. He was a one-man wrecking crew. He was constantly in the Chiefs' backfield harassing Mahomes. And then there's Ravens defender 2, the veteran leader of that Ravens defense. He was making plays all over the field, breaking up passes, stuffing the run. The Ravens defense, they gave up some points, but they never quit. All right, folks, we got to talk special teams. It's the often overlooked third phase of the game, but let me tell you, it can make or break you. For the Chiefs kicker, had himself a solid night. He was perfect on extra points and nailed a couple of field goals. On the other side, the Ravens special teams had a bit of an up and down night. Ravens kicker, connected on his field goal attempts, but the missed extra point really stung. Special teams played a key role in the outcome. All right, folks, let's talk about the key moments, the turning points, the plays that made this game one for the ages. Early on, it looked like the Ravens might just run away with it. Remember that Lamar Jackson touchdown run in the first quarter? Juked a defender out of his shoes, then turned on the Jets for a 20-yard sprint to the end zone. But the Chiefs, they ain't the kind of team to back down. Mahomes dropped a dime to Travis Kelce for a 40-yard touchdown strike. And then there was that crucial turnover in the third quarter. The Ravens were driving, looking to take the lead, when Chiefs defender who forced turnover came up with a huge interception. A finish for the ages. This game came down to the wire. The fourth quarter was a nail-biter. The tension was palpable. The Ravens were down by 6. One last chance to drive the field. Lamar Jackson almost pulled it off. He got the Ravens to the Chiefs' 5-yard line. The crowd was on its feet. On 4th and goal, Jackson's pass fell incomplete. The Chiefs' defense stood tall. A gut-wrenching finish for the Ravens. They gave us a game we won't forget. All right, folks, let's take one last look at the stat sheet, because the numbers, they tell a story. They paint a picture of the battle that just unfolded on the gridiron. On the Chiefs' side, it all starts with Mahomes, right? The man finished with passing yards, number of touchdowns, and yeah, he had a couple of picks. But the key stat, 0 sacks. That Chiefs offensive line, they gave Mahomes all day. Now let's talk about Kelce. Receptions, receiving yards, touchdowns. The Ravens tried everything to slow him down. Kelce was open all night long. Over on the Ravens sideline, Lamar Jackson, he put up a valiant effort. The problem? He didn't get much help. Derrick Henry, he was held in check, and the Ravens receivers, well, they had their moments. But they weren't consistent enough to keep pace with that Chiefs offense. But these stats, they only tell part of the story. This game, it was about more than just numbers. It was about heart, grit, and two teams laying it all on the line. The Chiefs showed why they're the champs. They weathered the storm and kept coming. Mahomes was in control, Kelce was unstoppable, and the defense made the plays when it mattered. The Ravens fought hard, played with passion, but in the end, they couldn't get over the hump. This game was a classic. It was everything we love about the NFL. And in the end, it was the Chiefs who emerged victorious. So, what's next for these two teams? Let's start with the Chiefs. They came into this season with a target on their backs. Everybody gunning for them, hoping to knock them off their throne. And you know what? They ain't afraid of the pressure. In fact, they seem to thrive on it. This win against the Ravens, it was a statement. It showed the rest of the league that the Chiefs, they ain't going anywhere. Mahomes, he's still got that magic touch, Kelce. He's still a matchup nightmare. And that defense, they're finding their groove. The Chiefs, they're built for a deep playoff run. They got the experience, they got the talent, and most importantly, they got that championship DNA. They know what it takes to win when it matters most. So yeah, the Chiefs, they're still the team to beat. They're the front-runners in the AFC, and they're going to be a tough out for anybody come playoff time. Keep your eyes on the prize, Chiefs fans, because this team, they're special. Now, for the Ravens, this loss, it stings. They had their chances, they fought hard, but in the end, they came up short. But don't count them out just yet. This Ravens team, they got talent, they got heart, and they're going to learn from this experience. Lamar Jackson, he's still one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the league. He can make plays that nobody else can, and he's only going to get better with time. The key for the Ravens, it's surrounding him with the weapons he needs to succeed. They gotta find a way to get Derrick Henry going consistently. They gotta get more production out of their receivers, and they gotta shore up that defense, especially against the pass. The Ravens, they got a tough road ahead of them. They're in a loaded AFC North, and every game is gonna be a battle. But if they can make the necessary adjustments, if they can find a way to play more consistently, they got a chance to make some noise in the playoffs. So there you have it, folks. Another Chiefs-Ravens showdown for the history books. We saw incredible plays, nail-biting moments, and a whole lot of heart from both sides. But in the end, only one team could come out on top. And this time, it was the Chiefs, cementing their place as the team to beat. But hey, the NFL season is a marathon, not a sprint. The Ravens, they'll learn from this, they'll bounce back. And who knows, maybe we'll see these two Titans clash again in the playoffs. Now I want to hear from you. Who impressed you the most? Was it Mahomes' arm, Kelsey's catches, or maybe Lamar's electrifying runs? Hit that comment section and let me know your thoughts. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our future breakdowns. Until next time, keep bleeding those team colors.